Jenga. Let's play Jenga today and talk about stuff in under an hour till one of us knocks down that tower. Jenga. Let's play Jenga today. Now let's get to the talking part. No, you can't wait for that to start.
This is an official production.
Okay, let's get started. This is the Jenga podcast. I am here this week with special guest Dillon O'Connor.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Dylan is a fellow
Dillon.
He's a student at Wentworth with me.
The Van Wilder of the school.
Yeah, basically.
Been here forever.
Been here for...
Just as long as you guys have.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to go first because I didn't lose in a few weeks, so there I go.
I mean, what does that have to do with me? It's because you beat other people.
Yeah, well, it's kind of something for you, for the next guest to work for. You want
I could give a rat's ass about the next guest.
It's for point. We should do a toss-up, shouldn't we?
I feel like that's only fair.
We're in too deep.
But I don't know if it actually matters. Because I feel like it doesn't.
It doesn't matter one bit. But Dylan's here for a special reason, and if you can read his shirt, the off chance.
Which I can't read my shirt.
He can't even read his shirt.
I can't actually read.
But his shirt's, it's 1986 Celtics roster, because he's here to talk about the Celtics and their potential offseason moves, which, if you don't like sports, this might be boring. Sorry. I don't really care.
I'm going to throw in some hot takes.
He's got some hot takes.
Hot takes, not just about sports, so don't worry. It's not just to be told about sports.
Not just about sports. He's the Jenga Podcast's Skip Bayless, or he's a mixture.
Don't you dare call me Stephen A. Smith.
Mixture Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. So, what, I'm going to ask you now, what do you think is the most likely offseason move for the Celtics to make?
The most obvious? Or the most, like, the one they're going to want the most?
Most obvious, because obviously the most wanted.
Like, most, like, actually, like, has
feasible.
A chance of most feasible. So, I believe if we're going to go off the last 2 seasons, feasibly speaking, we can get somebody, but I have a feeling that no one wants to trade again. And that if we don't sign someone like Al Horford, that we are going to be fucked yet again.
I agree.
And I feel like we're going to draft. I think we're going to use that. If we can't trade for Jimmy Butler, if we can't draft Kevin Durant, and if we can't trade for Boogie, then I think we're just going to be the same thing as we were last year, and we have all these assets and no one wants them.
They have to make a trade.
Danny
Ainge knows it.
They have to make Danny Ainge,
and whether it's for
does not have to make a trade because he just signed an extension, so he knows he's safe. So he's going to play the safe move.
No, but you can't draft 8 people.
Look at last year.
Yeah,
we drafted everyone.
It was 4 people, but now we're drafting 8 with probably, I want to say, like 8 guaranteed guys to stay next year.
I'm just saying.
I think they have to make a trade, and I think they're going to with all the assets they have.
I think they're going to make a trade, if we are going to say it, like they're definitely going for a star. Yeah. I say they get Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Butler's probably the most obvious.
I think because Chicago needs a rebuild, and they really don't have anyone else to trade other than Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, especially because Noah's leaving. Powell's
Powell's a free agent, but. Oh, it was another take. Jimmy Butler just took a photo with Mark Wahlberg. If you didn't see that.
Oh, I'm not that social media savvy.
Oh, I'm not that
That's
either.
Huge.
It's just I read
That's
articles.
Huge. Mark Wahlberg's probably the biggest recruiter.
Was he recruiting? I don't know. Is Jimmy Butler already on the Celtics? Not sure.
I mean, Danny Ainge has been throwing lowball offers for Jimmy Butler.
So,
I don't know.
I think we discussed what the trade around the league right now is for Jimmy Butler from the Celtics. So I think we should negotiate. I mean, let's debate that.
I was thinking about this earlier because obviously it's the number 3 pick and the 17th pick. Or 16, I don't know which
number. So number 3, number 16, Avery Bradley, Terry Rozier, and Jonas Rekbo.
But, I think about this. It's like Avery Bradley is a first-team all-defensive player this year.
yes.
His stock has risen significantly. So if you're going to talk this, I think you can take Rozier and the 17th pick out of that. And I think that's 100% fair trade. You're getting the third pick, Avery Bradley and Jonas Jerebko, which are all going to be 3 great players. For one player who doesn't even want to play for your team anymore, you'll be able to rebuild. If I'm Danny Ainge, I say there you go, and that's all I'll do. Because Avery Bradley's a first-team defensive player.
I mean,
Should have been an all-star.
I don't disagree that Avery Bradley is very important to the Celtics. Since you can see he got injured, and then the Celtics just shit the bed against the Hawks. They should have beat.
They should have won game 1. That was a win.
So
they would have moved on.
I completely agree. Avery Bradley is a great player. It's just in the NBA, like, to get a superstar changes your whole team dynamic.
But here's the question: Jimmy Butler's not. He's very good, but he's not. You cannot build a franchise around Jimmy Butler.
No, he's a great piece player with Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah,
I think that Jimmy Butler alone's not going to bring us a championship.
No,
absolutely not. If you get Jimmy Butler, I feel like then you have to go out and you have to get someone like Al Horford too. Or I think you need to get Al Horford, and you need to get another top all-star quality player.
yeah, I could see.
If you're going to go that route.
So then we're obviously going to segue into the Kevin Durant.
Well, I'm not even talking. You don't need to go.
You don't need to go that big though.
I'm talking without a top superstar.
Okay.
If you get Jimmy Butler, you can get an Al Horford, and you can go out and get someone like Paul George.
Do you think they could trade for both?
I think they can.
Now, if you're talking, you've given up Avery Bradley now, the number 3 pick, and
so we're saying
17.
For Jimmy Butler, let's give him Avery Bradley, number 3 pick, and Jonas Jerebko.
And yeah,
that's what we're
that's
saying
fair.
right now.
That's fair.
That's what we're saying. So we did that. So now, if we want to go out and get Paul George, which I'm trying to remember the Pacers here. I don't know if they really have a solidified because we're guard heavy. That's our best assets.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, all right, I don't need Marcus Smart. I don't need Terry Rozier.
Whoa.
I'm saying we could trade both of them in 16.
Marcus Smart and 16. You're going to need to throw in the right to swap Brooklyn next year too.
To get
Paul George is a top.
What
10
about
player
what
in the
about?
league.
All right, let's go. Let's
He's
throw
so
in
good.
Jordan Mickey too. Now you're talking multiple first round picks.
Yeah, and one of the best.
And they just got rid of Frank Vogel.
Yeah, that's true. They are on the rebuilding side.
So
I think they're going to want draft pick. I say give them 3 of our second round picks.
and give them as many.
Give them all the second round picks they want.
So now in that scenario, now we got Jimmy Butler.
we just traded the house though.
Yeah, what do we do when we got Kevin Durant? Kevin Garnett.
That's true.
We traded
traded
7
the house.
players
Yeah.
and draft picks.
Paul George, Jimmy Butler, and Al Horford.
Al Horford and Isaiah Thomas.
Dream come true.
So now,
but then you're obviously letting Sully walk.
absolutely, I want Sully to walk anyway.
Me too.
I hate that kind of player.
So you're letting Sully walk. What do you do with Evan Turner? Do you re-sign Evan Turner? I think
I want to sign Evan
ideally,
Turner.
I would like to re-sign Evan Turner too.
We have so much money that I don't see why you can't.
Yeah. And then,
But if you think about on that team, so now it's Isaiah Thomas at the point,
Mhm.
which it's all right. He's
great.
a great scorer, yes, but I mean, is he
defensively,
a great
no.
point guard overall?
He's pretty good. I think. We're forgetting Jay Crowder's on the team. I completely.
No,
forgot
I
Jay
didn't
Crowder's
forget
on the
Jay
team.
Crowder.
I forgot. I was just for a minute. It was like, who?
Because my starting lineup had Jay Crowder in it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
all
agree.
right.
Yeah. So what would you do? Isaiah, Jimmy, Jay, Paul, Al.
Yeah,
That's all-star.
That's a squad.
That's
a
an
squad.
all-star.
It's a fantastic squad.
That is a nice squad.
But now I want to so that's one possibility. That's if you can't.
That's so many dominoes, though.
There's so many dominoes, but I mean, talking about Trader Danny here.
Yeah. Everybody wants our picks too, especially those Brooklyn picks. Those are getting so valuable.
Well, I thought pretty lucky about the Brooklyn picks. So lucky about the Brooklyn picks.
Incredibly lucky. If you told me I mean, I was watching this interview with Danny Ainge, and he was like, when we made this trade, thought Brooklyn was going to be so good because they had all the pieces, and it just didn't work out. Brook Lopez is injury prone. KG, Paul Pierce didn't perform as they were because obviously they're old. And then who else did they have? Deron Williams
and Joe Johnson.
Oh,
the team was stacked.
They were set to be the East. They did do well though. I think they were like the 2 or 3 seed, weren't they? But they just couldn't win in the playoffs.
Not even. I think they might have had one good year, and after that they just sucked.
That's right. I think the first year they
just shit the bed.
Oh.
So in a way, we're lucky that we never traded all those picks early.
Oh yeah.
Because they had such little value. Now, like, Brooklyn's fucked. So now even next year's pick is so valuable. Oh, shit. But I think the next thing you gotta think about, other than me, probably about to lose Jenga.
If you lose right now, play another game, because you got some hot takes.
Is you got to think about the possibility of Kevin Durant coming to Boston, which I think there is.
I think there is too, but you know what? I was watching this clip on ESPN the other day, and it was like they were talking about the two halves, and it's like on one end you have, this is what they said. They said on one end you have Russell Westbrook giving you a call and saying, "Bro, are we in it together? Are we gonna stay?" Or you have Isaiah Thomas calling you who's a well-liked guy in the NBA, but it's Isaiah Thomas, and he's calling you hey, come to Boston. It's a great place. Who are you going to... I'd listen to Russell Westbrook. I think if you look at their situation, Steven Adams and Enes Kanter are turning into, really, really good post players.
I can completely see why Kevin Durant would come or go back to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the Celtics to make a pitch... It's just like how we all think that we need to go get 2 more guys.
Yeah.
Convince him that we have Brad Stevens.
Yeah, I think the extension's huge.
Yeah, we had Danny Ainge forever. Our office is all set. That's all good. We're only going to improve.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have the players. You have the system. Then you can, and you know that the East is just god awful.
Oh, it's terrible. So he's going to make the playoffs.
So he's going to make the playoffs, and pretty much if you get those pieces that you're going to make it to the final. You're making it to the finals
at least once. Especially with the decreasing LeBron James.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no one defending the East like that.
No.
Toronto is about to blow up. DeRozan's going away.
DeRozan's going, and Bismack Biyombo's going.
So
2 of their starters gone.
They're gone. The Miami Heat have an aging Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
And Whiteside's a free agent. Who knows where Whiteside goes?
Whiteside probably goes somewhere like Charlotte. A team. He's probably just going to go for the next contract.
I mean, I know earlier in the season, I'm just saying, Danny Ainge tried to get Whiteside. He tried to trade the house for Whiteside.
I don't want him. I think he's just ruining their chemistry.
I think Whiteside's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about how we need to be... We're pretty much a shoot and penetrate kind of team. I can see how someone clogging up the middle is going to be a big issue, but I feel like right now you need to get star quality players. Is what we need people who can actually score.
Yeah,
because if you win the playoffs, they're just chucking threes.
And
you weren't hitting any. It'd be amazing. You'd see in one quarter, the chemistry's there, killing it, and the next thing you know, they can't hit anything.
It was mostly Marcus Smart.
Well, that I mean,
but he
but still, Jonas Jerebko was on, and then next thing you know, he's not they're just bang
they need something where when the three's failing, they can steer away from it and go score down low, which they don't have.
And they need something that when Isaiah Thomas can't penetrate. You need some
they need a last shot guy, other than
Isaiah Thomas, because Isaiah Thomas is a last dribble penetrate guy. If he can penetrate, he's very
defendable because of his size.
So it's a tough spot. And other people you can consider. I read something else again. Kevin Love could flourish in Boston just because of the way Brad Stevens would utilize him.
Yep.
But I mean, he's so soft, but I mean, I think he would be a good piece player on Boston if you could put him in that scenario that all he has to do is sit on the side and shoot threes. Kevin Love would be great.
I've got a question for you. Do you think that because of how Cleveland has used him, his price has gone down significantly?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
So I think he looks like, if anything, Kevin Love looks like a bitch. It's literally what it is. I mean, he does.
Here's my starting lineup, or my trade to you. Instead of Paul George, which is, I mean, us getting Jimmy Butler and Paul George is kind of tough. Would you take Kevin Love in your starting lineup?
Over Paul George.
I mean, obviously you pick Paul George every time, but like from like a realistic standpoint here.
Well, Kevin Love is a max contract player.
Yeah, when's his contract up though?
Well, regardless, like
he could not. For him to get a max contract, he would have to go to some shit team. No good team is going to give him max contract.
But he is a max contract player. Is the way you got to think about it. He has a max, so the Celtics have to take like the max contract.
Yeah.
And you only I think right now what we can afford to have 2 max contract players right now added onto the current roster. Do I want Kevin Love as one of my max contract players?
No.
Probably not.
I'm wondering how many years Jimmy Butler has left on his contract, and if maybe when Kevin Love, if you get Jimmy Butler and Kevin Love, if their salaries flip.
I'm thinking that if we get someone like a Jimmy Butler, like a Kevin Durant, like a DeMarcus Cousins, once they get here, they're not going anywhere.
Like Isaiah Thomas.
It's hard to get players here.
But once they come here,
yeah. Once they come here, like I'm sure Kevin Garnett was like, "Fuck my life" when he got traded here. Other than the fact, I mean, he's got Paul Pierce and Ray Allen now when it just happened, so he's like, "This is awesome." But he's like, the location, he's like, "Well, this is gonna suck." But then he comes here and he's like, "Fucking, I'm like an immortal god."
Yeah.
Like
the
this is
people
awesome.
here treat you. It's like on any other.
Like, how do you not look at
thing?
The most famous athletes in sports across the board? Mostly come from Boston. David Ortiz is a national figure.
He came from Minnesota.
Where did he gain his fame? Which is the same principle as we're talking about now. Boston. Tom Brady is arguably the most famous player in sports right now.
And then you got
for bad reasons.
Larry Bird?
Well, we're talking about current players right now.
Oh.
Current.
Oh.
So Tom Brady, David Ortiz. I mean, we had Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and all, man. They were huge.
What about hockey? I don't like hockey.
I mean, hockey is not like as nationally known, but I mean, when Chara came here,
when he was good,
like that's the same kind of thing as a Kevin Garnett. It was loved.
The fans adore you once you come here.
And like, I know a lot of things like, oh, you're gonna lose all this money in marketing. Like, no, you're not. Like, this is a big market team.
Mm-hmm. I'm just excited to see what goes on. When's the free agency start? Like end of July?
No, something like that. I'm excited, but I'm also
nervous.
It's just gonna suck if it happens again.
If nothing happens.
If nothing happens again, it's just like, here we go again. Like,
people are gonna want Danny Ainge.
Because we always think Boston, like they're gonna make if you're in Boston, you're a Boston sports team, you have to make big moves.
You have to.
Just like the Red Sox when they got David Price.
Oh, what a stupid bonehead move.
I mean, that's still. I would do it again.
Really?
You look at the pitching staff, like it's terrible.
His contract is disgusting.
I mean, but you got to think about baseball. It's not like there's fucking like no like cap.
Yeah, but
it's
paying for so.
Yeah, you're paying. You're not paying him though. The owner is paying him. So who cares? Like, if there's no cap and it's just coming out of the owner's money, I'd pay give me every fucking max contract pitcher. That's what good.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter to us.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Fair point.
So who else do I got in my?
You like Boogie?
I'd
trade the house for Boogie.
I would trade the house. Like,
he's good. Very good.
Boogie, like I was telling you the other day, like, is one of the only players that can just win a game single-handedly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he gets going, it's over.
He's just kind of uncoachable.
You say that, but he's been in a volatile environment. He's had I think every year he gets a new coach. Yeah. It's just about happened. Like,
oh, this game's coming to an end soon, by the way.
Yes. So he's had like a new coach every season. He's had fucking Rajon Rondo, who's the worst fucking player in the world.
Hate him.
Not player in the world, but
I
worst attitude.
I wanted him off Boston for so
Worst
long.
attitude,
When they
so-
finally traded him, I was so happy.
That's not helping anyone. I think that if he comes to a place with someone like Brad Stevens, like he will, like his ways will change.
Here's what I think. I think he has to want to come here.
Once again, to get someone like Boogie to want to come here,
But
Boogie's someone that because does he have a no trade clause?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he literally, last time they were trading, they were like shopping around, he went to the GM and was like, don't trade me.
But
He's like, fire.
okay, I'm
George
pretty
Karl.
sure too his contract's up pretty soon.
Yeah.
So he's another one that I don't know if I really trust him.
Oh,
He's a
no,
wild
not
card.
loyal. Definitely not loyal.
So I feel like you would have to make him want to stay here, and make him want to stay here is the same thing with Kevin Durant wanting to come here. You're going to have to make a squad, and you're going to have to get another great player
Yeah.
on the team.
Yeah, I completely agree. Do you have any other hot takes
On
basketball?
the basketball right
anything?
now,
On anything.
I mean, I think the Cavaliers are awful,
Oh,
as we
yeah,
all
they're
do.
gonna
So there we go.
This is being filmed on Wednesday, the day before. It's the day of
The
game
day
3,
of game
before
3.
game 3. I'm gonna predict that it's a. I think it's gonna be a close game. To be honest with you, I see like a
So
6
it's coming
point
back to
Golden State
Cleveland. So
victory.
I feel like because the same thing happened last year, right? They came back to Cleveland. They
Do you
won.
think that LeBron steals a game? Wonderful.
I think if LeBron has any balls left in his sack,
which he doesn't.
which it's looking like he doesn't, because how can you call yourself the king if you literally like just can't even fucking win a game? Like you're just
It
you,
is the Warriors,
You guys,
though.
it's the Warriors, but look at what Oklahoma City did.
Yeah.
How
They teamed together, but then they lost. So
fucking
bad.
LeBron James is complaining about not winning MVP.
Yeah. Ugh.
Like, I think it's pretty obvious.
And you know, there was what was it? A few years ago when LeBron James won MVP, because to indirectly quote LeBron James, he said, "Steph might have been the best player, but he wasn't the most valuable to his team." Every time LeBron James has won MVP, like I think one year I was like, Kevin Durant was way more valuable to his team. Like, there's like it's always up for debate. Like,
Yeah.
is it the most valuable player in the league or the most valuable player in the league to his team?
It's the most valuable player in the league.
In the league, because obviously he's not the most valuable player to his team when he can shoot like 30% in game 1 and.
What's crazy to me is this is supposed to be LeBron's like prime. He's
I
30.
think he's getting out of it.
I think he's dead.
You do?
I mean, obviously LeBron.
I think he's dead.
I think he's gonna die tomorrow. But
R.I.P. LeBron.
I mean, it's the trend right now. I mean, you got Kimbo, Slice, Muhammad Ali,
Oh, did
Roger
you see-
Goodell fake died.
Roger Goodell fake
Yeah,
died.
he
That's
might.
true.
If he loses tomorrow, I mean tonight, LeBron James might as well just die. It's
You think
over
he's
for
out
him.
of Cleveland if he loses this?
He can't do that. He can't do that.
He can't.
You
You're
can't-
right. But
you
he,
can't- no.
He might.
You literally can't do it again.
Do you
You
think-
can't do it.
Do you think he signs one year?
He's gonna play the game that's not stupid to make the most money he can. He's gonna sign another like 2-year max contract deal.
Here's my idea. Do you think he waits one more year till like I don't know when Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, or Chris Paul's?
Dwayne Wade's 34.
I know, but he wants to. He said earlier this season he wants to get like a super team of old guys like Dwayne Wade, Carmelo, and Chris Paul to try to win a championship. Do you think he does one more year and then tries to get all those guys to come to Cleveland? And if not, leaves?
Why do you want to go to Cleveland, Ohio?
Right?
That's not just because
Shit,
he's
fans.
from Cleveland doesn't
Terrible
mean he's
fans.
gonna get fucking Carmelo out of New York City, D Wade out of Miami.
Yeah.
Like
Chris
it's
Paul out of LA.
it's yeah. Just name like
Those
3
are the
fantastic
the
locations.
3 most sought after locations.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that happens. But could I see LeBron James doing that
Decision.
again? Absolutely.
I could too. I could see him.
If
going,
anyone is like that, like just ridiculous, like that's
Whoa! I just thought of a crazy hypothetical. What if the Clippers trade Blake Griffin and sign LeBron James? Dude, he wants to play Chris Paul. Then, the next year, Dwayne Wade and Melo would go to.
Yeah.
That would be unreal.
There's a reason why no one's even covering the fact that LeBron James is going to be a free agent.
Because he's going to.
There's he just can't do it.
I'm just saying.
Cool. It's not just like I mean, theoretically, yes, he could do it, but from like a business standpoint, you're just killing your image. You're killing it. You're killing your marketability.
Bill Simmons had this great article on his new website, The Ringer, and he said that Nike might have some sway in, or whoever Durant has his shoe.
Oh yeah, that it's his deal. Yeah,
he said they might have some sway in where Durant goes because right now he's not very marketable. He's like not even in like the top jerseys or anything, but they say that if he ever obviously when you switch teams, like everybody buys their jersey and everything. But not only that, if he goes to the East and becomes like the prominent player in the East, that he could be one of the most marketable players in the league, and like he could make so much money for Nike, and Nike would obviously pay him. But there's a question as to how much sway the shoe companies will have, which is crazy. Like shoe companies are like politicians in the NBA. I read like a whole book on it, how like shoe companies decide where players go.
It makes sense. Well,
it's crazy.
It just makes because players aren't going to make the most money from their contract.
No.
Players can make the most money from their deals.
Like LeBron James' $500 million lifetime deal with Nike.
Yeah, or just Bryce Harper that they no one even know supposedly made the most ever, with Under Armour.
What are you doing?
I have no. I'm just totally out of it. You got me I just took that piece.
You're putting it back.
I didn't want to take it out.
You didn't like that one. Jeez. Yeah, I'm just curious if the shoe companies actually do have sway because if so, I think the shoe companies would want Durant to go to East and go to Boston.
I think. All right, so if that's the case, absolutely, because if he stays in Oklahoma, it's it's not satisfying for the NBA fans.
No, there's no buzz.
Yeah, there's no buzz. It's not going to generate any profit. Yeah, he stayed. You're
really
shit.
This is really.
He stayed. So, I mean, if that's the case, then absolutely, I think that Kevin Durant's probably going to go somewhere. I mean, he could go anywhere. He could go to San Antonio, but
that's crazy.
That's just not right. But I mean, the NBA.
How do they even use him?
I think that
Duncan would retire.
It's just I'll give you an example. Once upon a time, you know how the Red Sox signed Alex Rodriguez before the Yankees did? Do you know about that?
No.
Oh, dude, what a story. So Theo Epstein, before the Yankees signed him, he had him. And he had him under contract. But because it was something crazy with the Players Union, he had to he was actually taking a pay cut for his first couple years, and then he was making all the money. But the Players Union didn't like the idea of teams being able to dictate
that's how
play cuts.
They do that a lot in the NBA too.
And the Players Union rejected it. They wouldn't let him sign the deal. So A-Rod, all of a sudden, he was out. The Yankees didn't even want him at first, but then Aaron Boone had that injury to his knee, and then the Yankees wouldn't sign him.
Wow. That's how the Jets signed Belichick. They had him for 14 days or something like that. And then the Patriots... He went to the Patriots.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And so, I really forgot where I was going with that. It's a great story.
Good story. Good story.
What was is there anyone know where I was going with that?
Yeah. You were talking about moving and San Antonio. San Antonio. You were saying how San Antonio would use Kevin Durant and maybe the league would reject it, you think?
Oh, well...
I just put words in your mouth.
No, I don't know where that... That was not where I was going. But on that matter, the NBA has rejected a trade. Yeah. They rejected Chris Paul going to the Lakers. Which I still think is ridiculous. How you're going to let Shaq and Kobe in their primes be on the same team, but you're not going to let Chris Paul and Kobe Bryant? Give me a fucking break.
Which would have been cool to watch.
Which would have been cool, but it's not better than Shaq and... I mean, you're going to let LeBron James, fucking Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade get on the same team?
You know what I heard in 2008 there was a trade on the table, Kobe for LeBron straight up.
I heard about it, yeah.
Who did you do that trade? Would I? If I'm who?
What year was that?
2008?
2008. So
Or 2008 or 2009.
LeBron
LeBron in his prime.
LeBron,
Kobe
he's like
also-
7 years into his career right there.
Yeah.
Something like that. And Kobe, at that point, I mean, what is 2016? So another 8 years.
Kobe won 2 championships within the next 3 years.
That's tough. That's really tough.
Cleveland didn't win 1.
Ooh, yeah, and then LeBron skated town.
Yeah, oh man.
That's
And hindsight,
interesting.
I wonder who declined. If it happened.
Well, do you know who proposed the trade?
I think LA.
LA proposed it to get. That's
I
interesting.
think it's maybe they were paying Kobe so much.
I think Cleveland rejects it. I mean, LeBron.
I think so, too.
At that time, LeBron James.
He was LeBron James.
He's still in the debate about is he better than Mike? Like he could be the greatest player ever. You don't trade someone who's could possibly be the greatest player ever at that time for Kobe, which he's always been a debate of being one of the best players of his generation, but not ever. Are you like doing some voodoo kind of thing? You stabilized it?
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah, if I use the same hand. That's like, and now it's even come to down to which I have to say on Larry's side, but who's the best small forward of all time, Larry Bird or LeBron James? I look at the championships, and I look at statistics.
Now, I mean, how could I ever say Larry Bird's not better when I'm wearing a shirt that says Bird, which you can't say it. You can't see it, but I mean, I think LeBron in his prime, which once again we said LeBron's
Larry in his prime.
Well, in his prime was the most athletic basketball player.
Yeah, you told me
ever.
Yeah, but
does that mean he's the best basketball player? No.
No.
If I am
skill
in the finals and I have to pick one of those two,
I pick out of any player ever. I pick Larry Bird.
I'm picking Larry Legend.
Any player ever.
I don't know if I'm picking any player ever.
Did you pick Michael Jordan?
Dude, MJ is just he's.
I saw this
He's
stupid
one of the
picture the other day on Facebook, and it had like a bunch of like players, like Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. It was like 3 seconds left in the final. Who are you picking to take the last shot? I was like, obviously Michael Jordan. It's Michael Jordan.
You gotta take Michael Jordan.
Ray Allen was on there. Kevin Durant was
all right,
on there.
It's with 6 rings. That's what Michael. I mean, he did it time and time again, and he's undefeated when he gets there,
which is big.
Which is like
look at
LeBron James.
That's the argument against Tom Brady in Super Bowls.
All right, what? Tom Brady's 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, LeBron's 2-4.
I know. No, I know. No, but I'm saying.
Yes, but to come to the defense of Tom Brady, both of those things happened not to his control.
True.
And let's even could go back if you're going to say anything about like him losing in the AFC Championship game. Tom Brady was masterful. That might have been the greatest game I've ever seen Tom Brady play. It's dead serious. That defense was so tenacious.
Dude,
and on that last drive, Tom Brady, fucking 2 4th downs.
Wait, let's just note that Dillon is wearing his Josh McDaniels outfit of the visor.
I'm bringing the visors back. But Tom fucking Brady, 2 4th downs completed, and he just didn't get the 2-point conversion. But if you look at Cam Newton, the fucking MVP of the league, got shitted on.
Yeah.
Shitted on by that defense. And Tom Brady kept it to the last fucking possible play on that same team.
I do not like Cam Newton one bit.
That just shows you how great Tom Brady is.
I think Tom Brady should have won MVP and he got robbed.
I
don't care about your record. Look at the statistics.
I'm not going to talk. Tom Brady doesn't need MVP.
He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it.
Deserved it.
Cam Newton might have been one of
38 years old and he had better statistics.
But that's not age that shouldn't be a factor if you're the most valuable player. That is it like the best player per age or whatever.
Fair.
That's
okay,
sure.
That's fair.
But it's
still statistics.
There's no handicap to
statistically, Tom Brady's better than Cam Newton.
I mean, statistically speaking, Tom
At
Brady's
the quarterback position.
The greatest of all time.
That's true. That's true.
Or around that. I mean,
that's true.
Back to basketball because I think.
Oh yeah, right.
I mean, we can go off on
Well,
many,
I would say we
many
have
different topics.
5 more turns left, probably, and then the game's over. It might end right now. Do you have any last thing you want to talk about specifically?
I mean, I was going to ask you, like, I'm well versed in many things. Like, you can shoot
You're
any
well
kind of
versed
question.
in many things. Yeah, you're soon to be real estate tycoon.
Soon to be. That's after I get back from my deployment.
Oh yeah, he's in the Air Force.
Yeah, defender of the country.
Defender of the country.
Not really.
Defender of the Jenga tower. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know really what you want me to say.
Oh, okay. We can talk about something. So, fantasy football commissioner.
Yes,
You're one and I'm one.
Yes.
This is really boring for anybody watching. They're probably just going to call us nerds. But
I mean, as any fantasy football player, like which literally like 75% of
males.
American males are fantasy football players.
But we were talking about this. You have the most intense fantasy football league I've ever heard of.
It's got a lot of fucking drama queens.
He has not only a cutthroat system where if you're last place you get cut from the league, but he has a farm league.
All right, hold on. So, if you're last place, you don't automatically get cut from the league.
Okay. All right.
It's not an automatic.
That's my bad.
But if you are if it's like a series of last place finishes, and we feel like the effort's not there, we cut you.
And do you have a farm league?
We do have a farm league
where they have people in line
to
get in, and if
ready
you
to
win
go.
The farm league, you have
you have the first chance to be in.
That's crazy. That's like so real. It's not fantasy football anymore.
It's intense. Like for the draft picks this year, we're doing a beer mile.
Oh gosh.
So do you know what a beer mile is?
Sounds
so
horrible,
you got to get on the track, and a normal track has 4 laps. So you have to start off. You have to chug a beer.
Wow.
Then you have to run a lap. Then you have to chug another beer, run a lap. Chug another beer, run a lap. Chug another beer, run a lap.
Do you have to chug a beer when you finish?
I
think you should.
I think you do. I'm probably going to implement it. But we've been having a lot of debates about how this is refereed, because there could be some cheap motherfucker is only drinking partial beer and then wasting away.
You have to go like that, I feel like, at the end.
And there's no such thing as shotgunning, because you can lose a lot of beer that way.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a couple of people referee the beer drinking to make. You have to show the ref the empty bottle or whatever the fuck. I think we're doing cups. Put in a cup. You have to show the empty cup, and then you can keep running.
Cold beers or warm?
I mean, we're gonna hope for cold.
Okay. So you do that, and then there's 12 people in your league.
There's 12. Yes.
Are all of them going to be able to attend?
Yes, it's mandatory. If you can't attend events like this, you're out.
Wow.
Because we have a mandatory policy about league outings like this, but we also have league outings like we have the golf tournament.
Yeah.
This coming Saturday, be great. But only 8 out of 12 is showing up, which is
I just made it way.
What a fucking win!
Oh,
what a
I
fucking win.
thought I just made a game changer. I pulled that block out and I was like, game over. For me, well, it's been real.
It's been a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
Go Celtics.
Go Celtics.
Yeah.
Go Celtics.
Kevin Durant, if you're watching.